Hey, you want to hear two short jokes and a long joke?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Joke.
Are you serious right now?
Welcome to the Elusive Podcast.
You found us.
We are a hard-to-find history podcast. Harder to find, in fact, than an antidote for iocane powder.
Inconceivable!
I'm your host, former rodent of unusual size, and Fred Savage historian, Levi Van Scoik.
And I'm your other host, squirrel hypnotist and master of the arcane arts, Lyndsay Burnett. And at the top of the show, we like to fire off a quick existential warning. Listen, some of this stuff isn't super good for your mental health. So, if you feel like you need to take a break and go out and touch grass, we get it. Some of this stuff can be pretty rough.
Well, hey, welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Life has been rolling us around.
Oh my God. We got a new dog.
Yeah.
We've had a series of new dogs.
We found dogs.
We cannot stop finding dogs.
It got to the point where I found one dog at 6 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning, and then Sunday morning we found another dog. It's like, okay, we're not leaving the house for a while.
Well, the first dog was just a precious little Yorkie named Frankie. We absolutely were.
The parents were found, by the way. That's how we know the dog's name. Teeny tiny, like maybe 3 pounds.
We called him Sir Didymus for 2 days.
He looked like Sir Didymus
from the Labyrinth. Just like Sir Didymus. But now we've got a Prince Charles Spaniel mix. He looks like he's mixed with a golden retriever and maybe a pug.
I don't know. He's cute as heck.
We call him Rusty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get him checked out to see if he's got any owners here tomorrow, but in the meantime,
we're going to give him all the love and affection we can handle, or that he can handle.
Exactly. Kind of makes you wonder, though, like, if the dog in the inside is like, wow, you guys are strange. I haven't been in a house like this before. You talk to me a lot.
What's with all the attention, guy?
What is with baby voice?
Why?
I'm into it, but what is up with that?
I want to know where this is all coming from.
Point is, he just keeps looking at us very inquisitively, like, what are you guys saying?
Oh my God, how do we get this far into the banter portion of our show before we mention that you finished the audiobook today and it should be up on Audible within 10 days?
Because surprise dogs, I guess.
Surprise dogs.
Surprise more dogs, but dogs from space.
Dogs from space, Awooians, if you know, you know.
I am so... Can I just take a moment? I am so proud of you, my husband.
Thank you, baby.
That you wrote a book series, that you decided, well, people aren't reading books like they used to, so let's put it into an Audible version. Oh, and while we're at it, let's also do a podcast version of it, so people can listen to it a little bit before they go and buy the audiobook. He has been so busy, you guys. I am proud of this man.
Thank you. And I'm proud of you with all the things that I've been busy with. Like, you've had to, edit all of the things that I've been busy with. So, for the work that I've been doing, I'm very proud of you for just being there. I mean, we would not be here today with published books and whatnot if it was not for you.
Thank God I love the way you sound. Anyway.
Speaking of if you love the way that we sound, if this is the first time you've listened to us, first... Welcome. And second, at the end of the show, we normally like to do this little segment called the Karmic Suggestion Box.
Right.
The people that follow the show that message us, it's one of their favorite segments. So we decided maybe we just make the whole thing into a thing. So it's a segment where we like to ask karma to fill in the gaps of justice in whimsical and sometimes funny ways. Then we like to do a Crazy Ivan.
That again?
Into positive karma for someone good who is doing good.
That one, yes.
Today, instead of doing a normal episode, we're going to cover some stories of complicated karma.
Exactly.
Complicated karma that resulted in someone passing away.
Well, we are talking about history here, so inevitably.
That's part of history. We will cover probably a bunch of those, and then, just to keep it fair... Then we'll flip around and cover some people who were either incredibly lucky or they banked enough good karma to avoid a nasty fate.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
Or so we assume.
Well, yes.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
At the top, we're going to try to promise to be as respectful as we can to the departed. Because, well, karma. But for some of these, it's going to be kind of tough.
Right.
Because in some of these cases, it's bad stuff happening to bad people. A lot of these are reminiscent of the Final Destination movies, and we have to give a nod to 1,000 Ways to Die. It was on Spike.
Oh, I loved that show.
It was a morbid show that we both enjoyed, and it was voiced by Ron Perlman himself. And a show we reference a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We will go throughout the length of known history. Some of these take place in ancient Greece, all the way up to the modern day. We are a very accident-prone species, after all.
Oh, that is for sure.
And after reading some of these, I think we can safely say for sure that we are definitely more accident-prone than pandas.
You mean those big bears that just fall out of trees?
Which are the current reigning champions on the internet.
No pun intended for falling pandas?
Well,
Reigning?
it's coming.
Oh, okay. Oh, no.
Much like accident-prone pandas climbing to the top of unstable bamboo. See, told you. We are usually the architects of our own demise. Because we are a history podcast, we're going to start at the beginning and work our way to the modern era. From mercury poisoning to having your Segway go off a cliff. It was actually the guy who invented them that died that way.
What?
Yeah, the guy who invented Segways drove his Segway off the cliff.
Horrible marketing.
Well, yeah, and he was doing it to try and let this guy with a dog go past. And he was a nice guy, obviously, but
okay,
he reversed wrong.
Rest in peace, sir.
Yeah. Or how about the founder of the Pinkerton Detective Agency, who tripped and bit the tip of his tongue, which became infected and then gangrenous, leading to his demise.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. That is insane.
Well, here's the thing about Pinkerton, is a lot of people, give him, a negative connotation. They're like, oh, he was a...
Well, because his company was horrific.
Right, but a lot of that was beyond his control. The guy who actually invented the company, the founder, he actually was a big participant in the Underground Railroad. He used some of his spycraft to move freed slaves from the south to the north. He was also the guy that started the Secret Service. And he had
What?
All of this started because he had a real problem with people counterfeiting money. And the fact that he was like, cops ain't shit. Cops ain't doing shit. We need to do better. We need to do more. So he literally made his own police force to, do the things the cops wouldn't.
So then did the Pinkerton agency get corrupted after he died then?
That's absolutely correct.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense. Did he die shortly after funding the Pinkerton agency?
No.
Okay.
He had a couple of decades. As a matter of fact, he had a stroke that he survived, and then he recovered from that stroke so he could come back and kick some of the less moral people out of the agency. That's the other thing, is you couldn't be a Pinkerton detective unless you had a certain moral code, and they tested you to see if you had that moral code.
Well, that just went south real fast, didn't it? Because they were all trying to be good, and then nope.
Well, absolute power corrupts. Absolutely.
That's certain. Yeah.
Well, speaking of absolute power, Menace from ancient Egypt, 3200 BC.
Oh, we're going way back in antiquity.
Well, I said we were going to start at the beginning.
Mummy.
Nice. The Egyptian pharaoh and the unifier of the upper and lower kingdoms of Egypt was carried off and then killed by a hippopotamus.
Oh my god! So, wow. I don't even know what to say to that. So he couldn't be embalmed, he couldn't be...
Yeah, there's no mummy there for that, I guess. Maybe.
Oh.
Well, wait a minute. If the hippo ate him, would they mummify the hippo?
Well, he said carried off. It didn't necessarily said ate, but he died.
But he is no longer with us.
He did. Wow, that's heavy. Okay. My turn, apparently. We got Draco of Athens, circa 620 BC.
Okay.
The Athenian lawmaker was reportedly smothered to death by gifts of cloaks and hats showered upon him by appreciative citizens at a theater in Aegina?
Yeah, I guess that's right.
Aegina, Greece?
It's all Greek to me.
Oof.
To death, you say?
I'm apparently an English speaker with that one. Wow. Could you imagine dying of suffocation because you're covered in adorned gifts?
Yeah, that's why I don't like large groups of people. I have a fear of being smothered by people.
I somehow have this mental image of Jabba the Hutt on the King of Thrones throne with like lots of...
Oh, he wouldn't survive. There's way too many pointy parts on that
That's
throne.
what I'm saying.
Okay.
But then, yeah, there was no... Yeah.
I thought there would be a payoff to that walk.
Nope.
Okay. Corondus, 612 BC. According to Diodorus, the Greek lawgiver from Sicily issued a law that anyone who brought a weapon into the assembly must be put to death.
Okay.
One day, he arrived to the assembly seeking help to defeat some brigands in the countryside.
Oh, no.
But with a knife still attached to his belt.
Oh, shit.
In order to uphold his own law, he committed suicide.
Look, man, that is some commitment to your own law right there.
Talk about practice what you preach.
So, hey, I need help. Oh, shit, I messed up. Well, I guess I have to harikiri now. Wow.
It's hirikiri. Yeah, it's fine. And that's a Japanese thing. The Greeks had a whole different way of killing themselves. So they used poison, knives, cliffs, birds.
Birds?
Yeah. Have you not heard about...
How do you kill yourself with a bird?
Well, a bird comes and picks out your liver and eyes every day, and then it grows back. It kind of counts.
I thought that was a myth.
Well, I mean, okay.
All right.
I mean, probably, but we did get fire. So, I mean...
Okay.
What? No, you know that about Prometheus. That was the gift because he gave us fire every day. That's fine. Never mind. Take all that out. Take all that out.
My brain was like, there's so many myths my brain's going through right now. Plus, I'm trying to figure out how to read this.
So here's the thing. But yeah, I mean, in the entire history of the Greeks, there's probably been somebody that's used birds to kill somebody else or died by birds.
Oh, I'm certain it's there.
Yeah. I mean, then the reason I say that is because the English have a long and storied history of killing people with birds. Because they would hang them in the cages outside the castle walls, and then the crows would wait until the people were weak enough and then start picking at them. So, I mean, that's murder by bird. Oh, that's murder by murder.
Murder by murder. Actually, yeah. Milo of Croton, 6th century BC. The Olympic champion wrestler's hands reportedly became trapped when he tried to split a tree apart. He was then devoured by wolves.
Yeah. So I actually read this story.
Did you?
So you know how Captain America takes that piece of wood in the Avengers and he splits it?
Yeah.
So what the story was that he was trying to do that with a tree.
Oh, okay.
And he had his hands on either side and it snapped back and it caught him and he couldn't open it enough to get his fingers out and he was out there by himself.
Oh.
And so wolves ate him.
That is like 1,000 Ways to Die if I ever heard of one.
Ron Perlman, if you're listening, friend of the pod.
So they just found him afterwards. Just all, okay, wow.
Erikikion of Phagalia.
There's a name.
Yeah, 564 BC.
Okay.
Just to keep in the Greek champion wrestler vein.
Okay.
The Greek wrestler caused his own death during the Olympic finals. Held by his unidentified opponent in a stranglehold and unable to free himself, Akirion, I don't know how to say his name, the old Greek guy, kicked his opponent, causing him so much pain from the foot/ankle injury that the opponent made the sign of defeat to the umpires.
Okay.
But at the same time, he broke his own neck when he pushed off of him.
Shit?
He was awarded the victory posthumously.
Yeah, what good's the victory when you killed yourself?
I mean, you won.
Yay.
Oh, look at that name.
I mean, and we do have the story of him how many years later?
Yeah.
So.
And we still can't pronounce his name, so. And this guy and whoever his parents
Zeuxis?
are. Zeuxius?
5th century BC. Yet again, another Greek. The Greek painter died of laughter while painting an elderly woman. Oh my... Do you know the backstory on that one?
No. I don't know everything.
I wonder if that lady, like, did she smell? Was she funny looking?
Well, I mean, he had to paint her, so, I mean, probably. Look, there's a bunch of stories. There's a bunch of stories about people dying of laughter. I'm just... Spoiler alert, as we go through the centuries forward, there's a bunch of people that die like the weasels from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So just, hey... If you're at home and you find this funny, just, hey, keep it under control. You don't want to be responsible for your demise.
You don't need an aneurysm on our hands.
So, this one, Pythagoras of Samos.
Okay.
The guy who came up with the Pythagorean. I could never say it. Theorem. Yeah.
Okay.
495 BC. Ancient sources disagree on how the Greek philosopher died, but one late and probably apocryphal legend reported by both Diogenes, friend of the pod, a 3rd century AD biographer and famous philosophers, Lambiculus,
Lambiculus? There's a name.
Look, it's all Greek to me.
Yeah,
Neoplatonist philosopher states that Pythagoras was murdered by his political enemies. Supposedly, he almost managed to outrun them, but he came to a bean field and refused to run through it, as he had prohibited beans as ritually unclean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it will be not touched by a dirty bean.
I will not be touched by a bean, thank you.
It's filthy.
Since cutting through the field would violate his own teachings, Pythagoras simply stopped running and was killed. The story may have been fabricated by Neanthothes of Cyzicus, whatever, on whom both Diogenes and Lambiculus rely on as a source.
And he was killed by his political rivals?
Yeah, they chased him.
Damn.
Yeah.
That takes politics to a whole nother level, man.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. I mean, it's a bean field. Like...
That still blows my mind. It's dirty beans.
I can't. I'd rather die. I'd rather die than touch a bean.
It's just an old man in a cloak putting his hand to his head and going, "Take me.
That's
it's
it.
over.
It's done.
Here's where the fates have my end."
Anacreon?
Okay, Anacreon.
Yeah.
Let's see what's up with Anacreon. 485 BC. The poet, known for works in celebration of wine, choked to death on a grapestone, according to Pliny the Elder. I can read. What is a grapestone?
So grapestone, you know how they would do like a bunch of carvings and like they had... It was during the time that they were doing all the sculptures. You were aware that Greek people sculpted?
Yeah.
Okay, so grapes were a thing that they tried to do a lot.
Yeah.
But they also had a lot of stone grapes for ceremonial purposes. And in the story... quote story/myth, he picked up a grape out of a bowl and threw it up into the air and caught
it was stone.
And it was the stone one.
Oh God.
And so he couldn't pass it, and that's why he died. And the thing that's the reason it's a tragedy is because this man was the man that knew all of the grapes. He could identify all of the different kinds of grapes.
But he couldn't figure out a stone from
Not the one that killed him.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
That's some horrific. Okay.
We're gonna have a good time with just the Greek names here, but okay. He's got clit in his name.
What? Well, okay, let me see.
It's Heraclitus of Ephesus, but he's got the word. This man he knows. Right there, you see it.
Yeah, he does.
He knows.
Is that Clitus or Clitus?
I'm going to say Clitus because, so Heraclitus of Ephesus, 475 BC, according to one account given by Diogenes, God, I love this man, the Greek philosopher was said to have been devoured by dogs after smearing himself with cow manure in an attempt to cure his dropsy.
What the heck? Oh, wait. Isn't dropsy a stroke?
Something like that, yeah.
So wait, I'm sorry. I had a stroke. I'm going to go roll in cow manure and then dogs ate him?
Yeah.
He must have smelled so bad. Dogs were like, that's it. I can't even imagine. Oh my God, I can't even imagine. Oh, it's my turn.
It's your turn. This one is a good one.
Clusus?
So...
How would you say that?
Aeschylus?
I was wrong. Aeschylus? Okay. 455 BC. According to Valerius Maximus, the eldest of three great Athenian tragedians, was killed by a tortoise dropped by an eagle that had mistaken his bald head for a rock suitable for shattering the shell of the reptile.
Oh my God. Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
That is a burn from Mother Nature if I ever heard it.
Hates you.
Dunk.
How to say Zeus freaking hates you, man. Like, oh. Empedocles of Archagas. Right?
Okay, Archagas?
Yeah, we're learning how to read Greek today on the pod, people.
But it's all Greek to us.
Yeah. 430 BC. According to Diogenes, the pre-Socratic philosopher from Sicily, who, in one of his surviving poems, declared himself to have become a divine being.
Oh, God.
No longer mortal.
Okay.
He tried to prove that he was an immortal god.
This is not going to end well.
Yeah, by leaping into Mount Etna. And
he leapt into Mount Etna?
just jumped in. An active volcano.
Okay, that man needed medication, maybe a flight suit, and a cold, dark room. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey guys, watch me! Sorry, that was dark.
No.
All right, so my turn. Agathocles of Syracuse.
Nice.
289 BC.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, over 2,000 years. The Greek tyrant of Syracuse was murdered with a poisoned toothpick.
Talk about Assassin's Creed.
No kidding. Come here, you little prick.
Oh, wow.
What? Was that not?
No, that was good. Wow. So, Antiphanes, 310 BC, according to Suda, the renowned comic poet of the Middle Attic comedy, died after being struck by a pear.
So, he just... Okay.
Death by pear.
I'm sorry. My brain immediately went to... Oh, what's the guy that got hit by an apple?
Newton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he didn't die.
Yeah, but he also didn't discover gravity. He's just discovered the afterlife.
But and it just said struck by a pear. They didn't say if somebody threw it at him.
Or if it fell out of a tree, or
Right.
or if Zeus is just whacking
Just
people with
that-
eagles. I told you, Greek people use birds to kill people.
Random shit from the... Oh, you did?
I did.
Foreshadowing.
Wow.
Oh, it's like you know stuff.
That's the sound of me making a mysterious wind with my mouth.
Yes. Zeno of Citium,
Yeah.
262 BC. The Greek philosopher from Citium, or Kidion.
Yeah, Kidion.
Oh, sorry. The Greek philosopher from Kidion, Cyprus, tripped and fell as he was leaving the school, breaking his toe.
Oh, God.
Striking the ground with his fist, he quoted the line from the Niobe?
Niobe.
From the Niobe. I come, why dost thou call for me? He died on the spot through holding his breath. What?
Yeah. So,
What?
So this is actually referenced in a modern day thing. You know when Peter Griffin kicks his toe and he goes,
Yeah.
he's trying not to die like that guy. See, because that's how he died. He held his breath. He was like,
Just held his breath, yeah.
he's like, I'm gonna get past this pain. I'm breaking my toe. After calling out in the Niobe,
Wow. My brain immediately went to a toddler when they have a tantrum and hold their breath. They usually just pass out. How did he die?
He passed all the way out to the underworld.
All the way out to death.
Yeah, afterlife.
To death, you say?
To death, you say. Held his breath to death.
Well.
Yeah. So, Qin Shi Huang, August 210 BC, the first emperor of China, whose artifacts and treasures include the terracotta army,
Oh, him.
died after ingesting several pills of mercury in the belief that it would grant him eternal life.
Yep, I remember that story. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Didn't he also have a ton of mercury all over his place, like a pool? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's Qin Shi Huang. That's actually where they get the word China from.
Really?
Qin Dynasty. Yeah.
I think it's fascinating. I'm sorry. Sometimes I mix up names, but the stories, when I start hearing them, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, but the whole point was he ate a butt ton of mercury.
Yeah.
So much mercury. As a matter of fact, his I don't know, tomb? Yeah, that's what we'll call it. The reason they can't break into his tomb is because there's no safe way, because they're pretty sure it's all filled with mercury.
A lake of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because his sarcophagus is in the middle of a lake of mercury.
So Sisyphus of Soleil?
I think it's Chrysippus.
Chrysippus. Chrysippus?
Chrysippus of Soli.
Okay, what you just said. 206 BC. One ancient account of the death of the 3rd century BC Greek Stoic philosopher tells that he died of laughter after... Okay.
Yeah, this one's good.
He died of laughter after he saw a donkey eating his figs.
Yes.
He told a slave to give the donkey neat wine to drink with, which to wash them down, and then, having laughed too much, he died.
Diogenes is the one.
Yet again, Diogenes.
The friend of the pod.
So wait, were figs sacred or something? What? I wonder what was so funny to him that he was like, yeah, and give him wine too, and then just...
Well, what if, like, I don't know, I like to assume that he had worked really hard on getting that tree to finally, like, give figs, and then, like, he was waiting until they got ripe to, like, I don't know, make Newtons or whatever they made in ancient Greece.
Yeah.
And then his donkey just starts eating. He's like, oh, yeah, sure, eat him up, buddy. And the donkey's like, "Rah," or whatever, and the chicken noise for a donkey. But then he starts eating. See how you're laughing? So then he starts eating the figs, and then he's like, you know what? You want some wine to wash that down, just like in to quote a Julius that's not Greek or Roman, like, can I have some of the Sprite to wash down this tasty burger? Like, get him some neat wine. Like, you know, hey, no adulterants. He's not going to need honeyed wine. None of that. Just get it. Yeah, I could see dying of laughter from that. I mean,
but because of course.
Manius Aquilus and Marcus Licinius Crassus. If
There's
it
a name. Holy
if
hell.
it wasn't for Spartacus, I would not know how to say Marcus Licinius Crassus.
Oh man, that's all one person, or that's two
No,
people?
so Manius Aquilus and Marcus Licinius Crassus.
Okay, they're together.
Yes, 1st century BC.
Okay.
The late Roman Republic era consul was sent as ambassador to Asia Minor in 90 BC to restore Nicodemus IV of Bithynia to his kingdom after the latter was expelled by Mithridates the fourth or fifth of Pontus. But Aquilus encouraged Nicodemus to rage part of Mithridates' territory, which started the First Mithridatic War.
Oh.
Aquilus was captured and brought to Mithridates, who in 88 BC had him executed by pouring molten gold down his throat.
Oh!
According to one story, Marcus Licinius Crassus, a Roman general and statesman who was very greedy despite being called the richest man in Rome, who was executed in the same manner by the Parthians after they defeated him in the Battle of Cori in 53 BC in symbolic mockery of his thirst for wealth. So, like...
That's real Game of Thrones shit right there.
Well, you wonder where he got it.
I did wonder that, yeah.
Yeah, actually, as we go forward in history, people get the crown a lot. Like, a lot.
So, apparently gold isn't worth that much. They're like, come here, let me just pour it on you.
Or, if you want to kill somebody, you want to make it worth it. Nothing does it like gold.
That's pretty horrific. Yeah, well, greedy. I mean, yeah.
Portia.
Oh.
Yeah.
A female.
Yeah, finally. Friend of the pod, ladies.
Portia Catonis.
Yeah.
June 43rd BC to October 42nd BC. October 42 BC.
Oh, so she took a whole year to do this.
I guess.
Uh-huh.
The daughter of Marcus Porcius Cato.
You could just say Cato.
Okay. Marcus Porcius Cato. And second wife of Marcus Junius Brutus.
You know that one.
Yep. According to ancient historians such as Cassius Dio and Appian, killed herself by swallowing hot coals.
Right there. Wow.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and
That's
it took
some
her
commitment.
a year to do it. Where you read the date, June 43
A year
BC.
to die?
Yeah, from trying to swallow hot coals.
I'm sorry. No. After one coal that didn't work, I'd be like, where's the medicine woman?
Oh my God. So you think that for a year she kept on trying to swallow hot coals instead of swallowing
Or she just swallowed one and it took her a year to die?
Yeah, that's...
Still, I'd be like, where's the medicine woman? Where's the poison?
Oh,
because at
the
that
medicine...
point...
Yeah.
Because at that point, like, in history, suicide was not considered a mortal sin.
You saw that she's in the house of Brutus, right?
Yeah.
And she's a Junii. Yeah, that's why they wouldn't let her die, because somebody was looking to not inherit. Like, they needed the inheritance.
Oh,
sorry.
Shoot,
We're talking
that's
about
brutal.
Rome. You need to think with your Roman brain.
Yeah, I don't have one of those.
Okay. Claudius Drusus, 20 AD.
More Roman people. Okay.
According to Suetonius, the eldest son of the future Roman Emperor Claudius died while playing with a pear. Having tossed the pear high in the air, he caught it in his mouth when it came back. but he choked on it, dying of asphyxia.
See, that makes way more sense to die of a pear.
Listen, I'm just going to go ahead and say it right now. Don't play with pears.
No, don't throw them up in the air.
Don't throw them at people.
Don't throw them.
pears.
Just
don't
throw
pears.
them. Because apparently they're deadly.
They will kill you.
It's like that TikTok out there. Your chances of getting killed by a pear is never 0. Just have it sitting there on the counter.
Boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
Okay, Simon Peter. Between 64 and 68 AD. Oh, what?
Yep.
The apostle of Jesus was crucified upside down in Rome, based on his claim of being unworthy to die in the same way as his Savior. Actually, I knew about that one. Yeah.
No. That's
Completely unworthy and upside down. Just brutal.
I have been looking forward to this one.
Have you?
Yes. Saint Lawrence.
Okay.
258. The deacon was roasted alive on a giant grill during the persecution of Valerian Prudentius.
Oh my God.
Tells that he joked with his tormentors, "Turn me over, I'm done on this side."
Oh my God.
He is
That is
now
metal.
the patron saint of cooks, chefs, and comedians.
Oh shit, that's funny.
Yes, Saint Lawrence. Friend of the pod.
Valentian the First?
Yep.
17 November 375.
Mm-hmm.
So we're past BC into AD. Mm-hmm. The Roman emperor suffered a stroke, which was provoked by yelling at foreign envoys in anger. Oh, wow.
Oh, God.
He could have lived a little longer with diplomacy, huh?
Just a little bit longer with a little self-control.
But then again, it did say he was the king, right? Yeah, Roman emperor.
Roman
yeah.
emperor.
Well, I don't think self-control and emperor are two things that go in the same sentence.
Well, not for all of them.
Okay.
Well, specifically a few of them.
A lot of them.
A lot of them. We have made it to the Middle Ages. Okay. Constans the Second, 15 July 668.
All right.
The Byzantine emperor was assassinated with a bucket.
What?
Yeah, for the creed.
Gong.
That sounds like an Assassin's Creed side mission. Look, you're not going to be able... Like, you know the bathhouse missions and stuff in the ancient Greece one? Like, you got to sneak in here and you got to kill him with a bucket.
Carry the bucket along.
Was it full? Was it metal? Was it
so
wood?
many questions. Look, man, there should not be this small of a side note on a story like that.
Right.
Was it empty? Was there water in it? Come on.
Just a spoiler alert going forward. If you're a bad ruler, stay away from bathrooms.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
You know what I'm talking about.
Game of Thrones.
Yes, Game of Thrones.
Ragnar Lodbrok.
That's right.
865.
That's right.
The semi-legendary Viking leader whose exploits were narrated in the Ragnar Saga Lorokar, a 13th century Icelandic saga, is said to have been captured by Ea of Northumbria, who had him executed by throwing him into a pit of snakes.
And snakes? I don't know if anybody knows, the snakes aren't all that easy to find in England.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's some hate right there.
That is some hate. Those are imported murder weapons.
My boy.
You have Damascus steel? That's fine. We have pit vipers.
Imported nope ropes.
Imported nope ropes to hang with for execution.
For stabbing purposes.
For defensive stabbing purposes
Exactly.
only. Oh my god. It is a callback to our stupid crimes and the time that you need to do arts and crafts in solitary. Louis the Third. Louis. If I said Louis, my mom would get me so mad. Louis the Third of France.
Uh-oh.
5th August, 882.
Okay. What King Louis do?
The king of West Francia died aged around 18 at St. Denis while mounting his horse to pursue a girl who was running to seek refuge in her father's house. He hit his head on the lintel of the low door and fell, fracturing his skull.
Serves him right.
Well,
You brigand?
no, I think this is a Like a rape story?
That's what I was. Look, I guess I've been watching TikTok too much.
Yeah.
I'm censoring my words. You bastard.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Bastard. Well, thank God for Doors. Friend
Yeah,
of the pod.
of
Door
Doors.
friends. Oh. So, you know Robert Baratheon.
Not personally, but yes, I'm aware of him.
This is where this comes from.
This is what he's based off of?
Yeah.
Basil the First? Basil. It's Basil the First. 29th of August, 886.
It's a bad year that year.
The Byzantine emperor's belt was entangled between antlers of a deer during a hunt, and the animal subsequently dragged him for 16 miles through the woods. Mm-hmm. Because of this accident, Basil contracted fever, and he died shortly afterwards.
And that's how Joffrey became king.
Damn.
Look, you gotta wonder if he said, "Oh dear," when he got hung up.
At least once in those 15 miles.
Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh dear!
Somebody save me!
Somebody stop this deer!
You gotta wonder, was he like threatening people too? You better stop this deer or I'll have you killed. Because he is a king.
He is a king.
Yeah.
Off with his antlers. Talk about destruction. Okay. Oh, God. I haven't even read this yet, but I already know with a name like Sigurd the Mighty of Orkney that this is going to be...
Sigurd the Mighty of Orkney, all right?
Sigurd the Mighty of Orkney.
Around when?
892.
Okay.
The second Earl of Orkney strapped the head of his defeated foe, male Brigitte, to his horse's saddle. Brigitte's teeth rubbed against Sigurd's leg as he rode, causing a fatal infection, according to the Old Norse Hemskerilga.
I know this is an audio medium, but I'm sitting here with my mouth open going, what the hell?
What the hell? Well, here's the thing. You know what he could have done?
Put his head in a bag?
Or he could have cleaned his teeth before, like, you know, hey, if you're going to decapitate somebody and use their head as a trophy.
No.
Brush their teeth.
No. We're not putting that anywhere.
Mouthwash?
Nope.
You know he had alcohol
Nope, we're
on him.
not getting,
Or
we're
simply,
not getting counseled. Nope.
Or simply
Shit.
face the teeth away
Sir.
from you. What?
Am I going to have to cut all this out?
No, I thought all this was important. Like, brush their teeth. You decapitate somebody. You brush their teeth if you're going to use them as a trophy. That's how it works.
This doesn't help for him, so...
I'm saying listen, if you're at home and you're thinking about making a trophy of
No.
somebody...
No.
Okay.
We don't do that. No.
Anyway, corpses can kill you by biting you as well, just so you know.
God, okay. Edmund Ironside, 30 November 1016.
Oh, this one.
The English king was allegedly stabbed whilst on a toilet by an assassin hiding underneath. What?
My favorite part of that story is how they say an assassin.
An
He was
assassin
never caught.
hiding underneath. Oh, so they don't know who it was.
Right.
So somebody hid in the king's shitter, killed the king, crawled out, covered in shit, and was never caught.
Why would you assume he was covered in shit?
It's a shitter.
It's the king's privy. You don't think that somebody's...
You don't shit in a shitter? The king doesn't shit?
No, it's not North Korea. Listen. The king's privy, okay? Mm-hmm. The king had his own privy. He killed people for killing his deer. What would you think he would do if you shat on his toilet? So he's the only one pooping. And if there's a single fly, he's going to off with his head whoever is in charge of cleaning his privy. It's probably the cleanest place in the whole kingdom, if we're being honest.
Okay.
And then, so here, just another Assassin's Creed side mission. You gotta hide out with your wrist blade.
Damn!
Under the...
Man, what it must have been like to live before cameras and electronics.
Yeah, right?
And all that scurvy. And Black Death.
All of
and,
it.
Yeah, the good old days.
Victims of the Erfurt latrine disaster.
Why'd you say it like that? Erfurt? Okay, for those of you who can't see, he just pursed his lips, pointed to the name there, and said nothing else. Oh my God, it is Erfurt.
Yeah, Erfurt latrine disaster. 26 July, 1184. It's a latrine disaster. Do you think it was going to be better? Like,
No.
Okay.
Words.
That's the only way that a place like that gets on the map is a latrine disaster.
All right.
Right?
In Erfurt.
In Erfurt.
All right.
Okay.
In 1184.
26 July,
So what
1184. Well, King Henry, the King of Germany, VI, King Henry the Fifth, King Henry the Sixth, King of Germany, was holding an informal assembly at the Petersburg Citadel in Erfurt. The combined weight of the assembled nobles caused the wooden second-story floor of the building to collapse.
Oh my God!
Most of the nobles fell through into the latrine cesspit below the ground floor, where about 60 of them drowned.
Oh shit!
Hold on. Where about 60 of them were drowned in liquid excrement.
Oh shit!
The Erfurt latrine disaster.
Yeah, okay. That's why it's on the list.
Oh,
Holy shit! My mind immediately went to that the video. I'm sure you've seen it of the auditorium where the second floor they were all jumping and it fell.
Yeah.
But so they went through that down through the first floor into a latrine.
yeah. There's actually
And drowned.
in the centuries to come, there's actually a sporting event. I don't want to
Okay, don't get there.
No, but listen, there's a sporting event. It's the only time that anybody was hurt in professional baseball. These people climbed on a factory roof across the way to look down into it, and they fell into an incinerator. Like,
What the hell?
yeah, that's coming in the future. So just buckle up.
Spoiler alert.
Spoilers.
The Henry I of Castile.
I like his soap. I used to make Castile soap. It's a whole thing.
It's a lot of work.
And it's good for your skin, though.
Yeah. 6th of June, 1217. The 13-year-old king of Castile was killed by a tile that fell from a roof.
Yep. Happens. You hate to see it.
So he just like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, walking along.
Yeah, that actually happened a lot back in the day before building codes were invented.
And I just can't wait
To be king. I'm glad I cut that off.
Thank you.
I could sense the vibrato warming
Oh, yeah.
up. Yeah.
You got it.
Al-Musta Asim, 20 February 1258. The last Abbasid Caliph of Baghdad was executed by his Mongol captors by being rolled up in a rug and then trampled by horses.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
We don't want to see your face, but you are definitely dying now.
We don't want to see it. You turned him into a fruit roll-up.
I kind of want to know what a bastard he was.
Well, I mean, he was a caliph of Baghdad.
Oh, well, enough said.
Well, you haven't played Assassin's Creed Baghdad like I have.
No.
Yeah, some of them were really bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just try not to assume.
Some caliphs were just not good.
Gotcha. Edward II of England.
The sequel.
Okay.
That's 21 September 1327.
Well, thank you for beating me to the punch.
Okay.
The English king was rumored to have been murdered after being deposed and imprisoned by his wife Isabella and her lover Roger Mortimer by having a horn pushed into his anus through which a red-hot iron was inserted, burning out his internal organs without marking his body. That is some hate.
Well, Isabella wasn't a good person.
Well, I wouldn't say so. No, that sounds like she's sadistic. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, just let him be an ex, you know?
Right? She's like, no, I want your kingdom, your throne, and your ass.
Look, so what I'm hearing is...
Should I cut that out?
No, that was really good. You got me. You got me right to the heart. Like, oh, God. I can't even... I was going to say, like, something about, having to pay spousal support, and she's not going to do it. She's like, no.
Nope. Right out.
Right out. John of Bohemia.
Okay.
26th August, 1346. After being blind for 10 years, the Bohemian king died in the Battle of Crécy when, at his command, his companions tied their horses' reins to his own and charged. He was slaughtered in the ensuing fight.
All right.
That's when trash talking gets you in trouble.
No shit.
Our king could beat you blind? with his hands tied behind his back.
Oh, yeah.
Wait. Hold on, guys. You're signing me up for a lot of newsletters here that I don't want to do these surveys.
You hear the trumpet like, wah, 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 wah.
The feast is ruined.
Haha, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Charles II.
Another sequel.
Charles II of Navarre. 1st of January, 1387.
Oh, New Year.
The contemporary chronicler Froissart relates that the King of Navarre, known as Charles the Bad, suffering from illnesses in old age, was ordered by his physician to
Yeah.
He was ordered by his physician to be tightly sewn into a linen sheet, soaked in distilled spirits. Yeah, just soak me up, woman.
In alcohol.
The highly flammable sheet accidentally caught on fire. Charles later died of his injuries.
Later died of his injuries.
So they rolled him up in alcohol-soaked rags, caught him on fire, and then was like, well, God save the king.
How is that not an assassination attempt?
Right? At least with idiocy. Holy cow.
Here we go. Martin of Aragon.
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah. 31 May 1410. The Aragonese king, I can't believe I just sounded that out. The Aragonese king died from a combination of indigestion and uncontrollable laughing.
Weird.
According to legend, Martin was suffering from indigestion caused by eating an entire goose.
Okay.
When his favorite jester, Bora, entered the king's bedroom. When Martin asked Bora where he had been, the jester replied with, "Out of the next vineyard where I saw a young deer hanging by his tail from a tree, as if someone had so punished him for stealing figs." This joke caused the king to die from laughter.
Another fig joke death?
Figs are dangerous.
What the hell is so funny about figs?
Figs and pears, bro.
Yo. Okay, I like figs. They're okay.
Yeah.
But both figs and pears, I could do without. What?
Figs and pears.
Okay, antiquities, man. There has definitely been some translation lost to time.
Yeah. A little bit.
Like, for certain, I want to know more about some of these stories, but others I'm like, nope. Just nope. What's wrong?
Do you hear that?
What is it?
It sounds like the rumbling of an empty, greedy stomach. Like, is capitalism hungry?
Yeah, that's probably what that is.
Yeah.
Incessant rumblings.
And we're back.
Welcome back.
We have fed capitalism. Hopefully. He won't come for us in the night.
It's always hungry.
So, in keeping with our normal theme of, I don't know, good and bad karma.
Little bad, little
good. We're going to do the Crazy Ivan into reading about people who were incredibly lucky. The luckiest people in history.
Insanely lucky.
Now, unfortunately, we don't have a lot of really super lucky tales from people of antiquity, so we're just going to read tales from throughout history. So some of these are going to be modern, some of these are going to be not so modern.
Not so modern.
Just, hey, we're not professionals at this. We're just very enthusiastic.
Precisely.
Frane Selick, widely regarded as one of the luckiest people in history due to a series of remarkable escapes from death and a subsequent lottery win.
Okay.
Selick's lucky streak began in 1962 when he was on a train that derailed and plunged into a river.
Oh, shit.
Killing 17 passengers.
Okay.
Selick managed to escape the wreckage and swim to shore.
Wow, okay.
Suffering only minor injuries. The following year, he was aboard a plane that crashed and burst into flames, killing 19 passengers. Selick was able to survive by jumping out of the plane before it crashed and landing in a haystack.
Holy shit.
Selick's incredible luck continued throughout the next several decades. He survived a bus crash, a car crash, and an explosion in his own home.
Okay, I was just going to say that man just needs to stop leaving, but then his house blew up, so that ruins that idea.
Among other accidents.
Okay.
However, Selick's luck took a dramatic turn in 2003 when he won the Croatian National Lottery,
Oh, way to go.
earning him a prize of €1 million. Selick later remarked that he was happy to have won the lottery, as it allowed him to finally live a comfortable life after years of near-death experiences.
Oh, poor guy. He has PTSD from life.
Anybody that has a million anythings, you don't feel bad for
Don't
him.
feel bad for him.
Unless it's a million ants or bees.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tsutomu Yamaguchi.
Mm-hmm. Hi.
He is another individual who is considered among the luckiest people in history due to his incredible survival of both atomic bombings during World War II. Yamaguchi was in Hiroshima on a business trip when the first atomic bomb was dropped in August 6, 1945. He survived the initial blast and was able to escape the city, but suffered severe burns and injuries. Yamaguchi returned to his hometown of Nagasaki, where he arrived on August 9th, just in time for the second atomic bomb to be dropped. Despite being just 3 kilometers from the blast epicenter, Yamaguchi once again survived.
Wow.
Yamaguchi's incredible survival of both atomic bombings is considered one of the most remarkable stories of luck in history. Despite the horrific injuries he suffered as a result of the bombings, Yamaguchi went on to live a long and productive life.
Awesome.
Working as a translator and sharing his story with others. His story serves as a reminder of the devastating impact of war, as well as the resilience and strength of the human spirit in the face of adversity.
Yeah. I mean, imagine the luck. Just the odds are infinitesimal.
That's insane.
Violet Jessup.
Okay.
She is often referred to as one of the luckiest people in history due to her incredible survival of 3 major ocean liner disasters.
Wow.
Jessup worked as a stewardess on board the RMS Titanic, which famously sank after hitting an iceberg in 1912. It was actually April of 1912.
Holy shit, I was going to say, if we could take a moment, her name is badass, and then you said she was on the Titanic?
Violet Jessup was able to survive by boarding a lifeboat, despite being warned by a crew member that she was lucky to be alive, given that she also had been on board the RMS Olympic when it collided with another ship.
Wasn't that the sister?
No. Jessup's luck continued several years later when she survived the sinking of the RMS Britannic, which is the sister ship, during World War I. Jessup once again boarded a lifeboat and was able to escape the sinking ship, which had hit a mine in the Aegean Sea. Despite suffering injuries and trauma from her experiences, Jessup went on to work as a nurse during World War II.
Wow.
Where she continued to demonstrate her resilience and strength.
Holy shit, that's one tough woman.
I want a tattoo of that woman.
No kidding. That Violet Jessup.
Violet Jessup.
That's a badass name.
Yep.
Julianne Kipke. Her survival of a plane crash in the Peruvian Amazon is widely regarded as one of the most remarkable stories of luck and survival in history. In 1971, Kipke was traveling with her mother on a commercial flight when the plane was struck by lightning and disintegrated mid-air.
God, Zeus has just got a dark side.
Was that made by Boeing too?
Yeah, probably.
Oh. Despite being strapped into her seat, Kipke was able to survive the initial impact and free herself from the wreckage, suffering only a broken collarbone and several other injuries. Only a broken collar, that's painful.
That's only half the story.
Kipke's incredible luck continued as she managed to survive in the jungle for 11 days before being rescued by local loggers. Mm-hmm. Despite the challenges of navigating the dense jungle and dealing with her injuries, Kipke was able to stay alive by drinking water from the streams and foraging for food. Her remarkable survival has inspired many, with some attributing her luck to her positive attitude and resourcefulness in the face of adversity.
Yeah, imagine that. Your plane explodes. You fall out of the sky to land in the Peruvian Amazon. Yeah,
you'd have to keep your spirits up because everything else out there is out to get you. You don't want your brain to eat you up, too, with negative thoughts.
Yeah. Speaking of keeping an eye out to, keep positivity, keeping it up there, Roy Sullivan. His remarkable survival of multiple lightning strikes has earned him the nickname the Human Lightning Rod.
Oh, my God.
And a place in the Guinness World Records. Sullivan worked as a park ranger in Virginia, where he was struck by lightning a total of 7 times between
Holy
1942 and 1977.
My brain's like, what, 3 times? 7 times?
Despite suffering serious injuries, including burns, hearing loss, and other medical complications, Sullivan was able to survive each strike and continued with his life.
Wow.
Yep. I mean, he lived a long life despite suffering from a fear of thunderstorms later in life.
Well, geez, I'd be afraid too. 7 times is a lot to be zapped by lightning. Shit.
That's too many times.
Right? Harrison O'Keefe. His survival of a shipwreck off the coast of Nigeria is widely regarded as one of the most remarkable stories of luck and survival in recent history. In 2013, Ogney was working as a cook on board a supply vessel when it capsized and sank.
Oh.
Trapping him in an air pocket 100 feet below the surface.
I have nightmares
of the
like
ocean.
that.
Oh my heavens.
Yeah.
Despite being stranded in complete darkness and isolation for 3 days, Ogney was able to survive by drinking Coca-Cola and eating a few packets of dry goods.
Wow.
Ogney's remarkable luck continued when he was finally discovered by a team of divers who had been sent to recover the bodies of the other crew members.
Wow.
Despite suffering from hypothermia and dehydration, Ogney was able to survive his ordeal and eventually returned home to his family, where he received a hero's welcome.
Wow. Wow.
What a nightmare.
Talk about luck. Like, because they were absolutely, I'm sure the divers were absolutely sure that they were going in there as a recovery.
Yeah.
Like they probably didn't even have extra air tanks. They're like, oh, we got a live one.
Yeah, that was just something that I was going to ask. How does that even happen? If they're going in to retrieve bodies, they obviously didn't bring equipment to save somebody.
And, I mean, with somebody in that position, it'd be really hard to buddy breathe with them to the surface.
Yeah.
It is 100 feet down, so you have to worry about decompression, the bends, all of that. So
And he was down there for a while,
3 days.
Yeah.
Wow.
In the dark.
I mean, if there was ever a Coca-Cola commercial.
Yeah, no shit, man.
Wow. So, that's going to do it for the first episode in our in this series. We're going to be back next week with more tales, Complicated Karma. We're going to be back next week with part 2 of Complicated Karma, Weird Ways to Die, where we jump forward in history just a little bit to the Renaissance and the Middle Ages.
Share some more weird deaths.
And also some good karma, lucky karma, however you want to say it, the Crazy Ivan part.
All right.
So normally we like to do that part where we do the karmic suggestion box, but instead today and for the next 2 episodes, I believe, we're going to be doing just a quick little shout out.
Quick little shout out.
Do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
Sure. I would love to go first. I would love to shout out my friend Dawn Casero. She has started painting recently, and I'm so proud of her.
They're so beautiful.
She's got one of her paintings. It's called A Walk in the Aspens on display at the Fremont Center for the Arts in Canyon City, Colorado.
Right on.
And her paintings are gorgeous because they pop off of the mat. But yeah, wanted to give a shout out to her real quick, and proud of you, lady.
I'd like to shout out Gerald Singer in Flagstaff, another artist. I guess we're both just doing artists today.
I guess that's just how it worked today.
Gerald, I have like one of his pieces he gave me.
Yes.
Oh my God. He is one of my very favorite artists in the world.
Incredibly talented.
So colorful, so talented. And he's just a good ass dude. And I just wanted to give him a shout out. Gerald, you're awesome. Yeah.
You rock, Gerald.
Friend of the pod.
Yep.
And also Diogenes. So, as always, we like to leave you with the very best vibes.
Of course.
We're going to do with Ruby vibes this time.
Golden vibes.
Okay.
No, wait.
We're dropping value.
Wait.
Rubies.
Rubies is much better.
Okay, we're going to do Ruby vibes for everybody out there. Go ahead and keep your head on a swivel. If you get arrested, shut up.
Don't say anything.
They're not your friends.
Lawyer. That's all you say.
Phone call. Be nice to animals that you see. Be nice to people that deserve it.
Be nice to yourself.
Yeah. Be nice to yourself. You deserve it.
Life is hard.
Yeah, after reading all of these, life is not just hard, but it can stop very suddenly in bad ways.
Yeah, you never know when, I don't know, an eagle is going to drop a turtle on your head.
Yeah. Keep a lookout. Zeus is killing everybody. Hide your kids, hide your wives.
That crafty god.
Yeah. He's making demigods everywhere, dropping turtles on people, hitting people with lightning. Like, keep your head on a swivel out there. You need to stay elusive. The Elusive History podcast was written by Lyndsay Burnett and Levi Van Scoik. Music by Levi Van Scoik. Editing by Lyndsay Burnett.